What's the dumbest thing someone did to try to escape an arrest? I manage a small 24-hour convenience store in a quiet part of town. The most exciting thing that ever happens is someone stealing a bag of chips or a heated argument over the last energy drink. But last Tuesday at 11 p.m., a man burst through my doors like he was being chased by wolves. Out of breath, drenched in sweat, eyes wild and darting everywhere. "Please," he gasped. "I need your help." I was already mentally preparing my heroic survival speech. I figured this was it. A robbery, a hostage situation, maybe my last moments on Earth. But instead of pulling a weapon or demanding the cash register, he asked me something I will never forget. "Can I borrow your mop?" Just that. No context, no explanation. I stared at him for a solid 5 seconds trying to process the words while my brain short-circuited. He did not wait for an answer. He grabbed the mop from the bucket behind my counter, threw on a faded employee vest hanging on the hook, and started mopping the floor like his life depended on it. I genuinely thought I was being pranked. I looked around for a hidden camera. Here is the thing. He was terrible at mopping. Absolutely atrocious. He was pushing a completely dry mop across the tiles while staring intensely at the front door like a soldier watching for enemy fire. He would dip the mop, forget to wring it out, leave a massive puddle, then panic, and try to mop up the puddle with the same soaking wet mop. It was like watching someone who had only ever heard about mopping through a game of telephone. At one point, he nearly took out an elderly woman who just wanted to buy milk. She looked at him, looked at me, and I just shrugged. I had nothing. Then I heard them. Sirens. Getting louder. Pulling into my parking lot. He froze mid-mop, his face turning pale like he had seen a ghost. 2 police cruisers rolled in, lights flashing red and blue across the store windows, and this absolute genius kept mopping. Faster. More desperate. He started humming casually, like he was just a regular employee, having a regular night shift, as if that would sell it. A police officer walked in, looked around slowly. The man was mopping the same 2-foot square of floor with such aggressive focus, you would think it owed him money. The officer asked if I had seen a suspect run through. I opened my mouth to answer, but before I could get a single word out, his phone started ringing. And the ringtone? Bad boys, what you gonna do? Full volume, echoing off every wall. The officer turned slowly. The man dropped the mop. The bucket tipped over. Water everywhere. He just stood there with soaked sneakers, holding a phone that was still blasting the cop's theme song at full volume. He looked at his phone. He looked at the officer. He looked back at his phone. He looked at me. I will never forget what he said next. "In my defense, this is way funnier in hindsight. Turns out he was not some dangerous fugitive. He had a warrant for ignoring 47 parking tickets, all in the same fire lane, behind his own apartment building. He tried to avoid the traffic stop because he was embarrassed about the tickets, and it snowballed into a 3-block chase ending in my store with a wet floor and the worst-timed ringtone in history. His mugshot is now framed behind my register. Customers ask about it all the time. I tell them the truth. Who knew the cop's theme song could single-handedly solve a police chase? I guess some people just cannot escape their own soundtrack.